Hello. Right, you might have heard in the past about some of the genres and types of musicians or solo artists that I like, in my opinion. Right, so even though there's some great bands, right, in my opinion, or solo artists that I don't like, sometimes I can see why they're popular, but they just, they're not for me. If they were, I would like them, but they're not, right? So, but, I might not have said this before, right, but this band here, the Foo Fighters, right, well, only in my opinion, right, but I just can't grasp and tell you really need to like find it out for yourself, right? Because then you'll like it more. That the Foo Fighters are just they're gods to me. Aye, Dave Grohl is my hero. Aye, it's just absolutely incredible. Aye, right. It might not really as I said in the previous video about like behind the scenes, it's not like the Rolling Stones or the Who, but he certainly rocks just as hard or even a bit harder sometimes in my opinion on stage, and it's just brilliant. I got into the Foo Fighters right in 2002 when I heard them on the top 40 UK charts on the radio, and it just blew me away. All my life was the very first song I heard, and from then on it's just like whoosh, changed my life beyond belief. I've got DVDs, I've got vinyl records, I've got CDs, I've got t-shirts here, I've got posters, pictures, uh, DVDs, it's just incredible. Aye, absolutely amazing. They changed my life beyond belief. I know sometimes, if you know me personally, you say, oh, it's changed my life beyond belief. But I do mean it though. And the album artwork, like, uh, sometimes is interesting, but not as interesting as other bands. That I take them just for solely on the sound of the music. But bands from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, whoosh. Sometimes the album artwork's better than the music. Look into David Bowie's album artwork, that lives on forever. Even if you didn't like his music, the album's artwork, oh, brilliant. And sometimes, if I've heard of the band and I like them but not as much as other bands, it draws me in the album artwork. Aye, right. That album is a work of art. Dave Grohl and the band went around 8 cities in America, spent 1 week in each city, talked to every musician that was born there and played there, and everything that they talked about, like their lifestyle and how they became musicians. Everyone throughout that week, the interviews, Dave Grohl watched all the interviews and then wrote down all the best quotes or words that the musician or artists said about their growing up and how music's influenced them and that, and then he wrote all the best lines down or quotes, and then had them on one page, and then every single one of them, he muddled them up and then put them into a song. So the words in the song goes along with, say, the city. For instance, like New York, all the bands that are from New York or artists that said something, their quotes or words are in that song. What was it? Something from nothing. I was looking for a dime and I found a quarter, but you can make me change my name. You'll never make me change my name. Something from nothing. It's like starting off with nothing. It's just brilliant. It's absolutely incredible. And Feasting the Famine, wow. Or Congregation, which they done in Congregation, they done that in Nashville, aye, like Congregation, aye, fantastic. But oh, amazing. And Outside, they done that in like the desert part of California, amazing. But oh, they're just incredible. They're amazing. And then I Am a River, aye, a bit like a meandering river that goes underneath New York, aye. They're just incredible, aye, they really are. Aye, I can't speak highly of them, aye, but I really, 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 really like that album a lot, so I do, aye. But the songs that I would recommend, if I could only recommend, say, 5 Foo Fighters songs, which would be All My Life, Learn to Fly, The Pretender, Something from Nothing, and wait there, I'll try and think. And Breakout. They are the 5, in my opinion, that like that's the only 5 I could listen to in my whole life. It would be they ones. And even if you didn't like the Foo Fighters, you should just listen to the 5, so you can get a bit of an understanding why I think they're, in my opinion, the greatest band that's ever lived. And they've got so many influences from all genres of music, but they're just absolutely sensational. And Dave Grohl was the drummer for Nirvana. The original drummer and the bass player, they were in Sunny Day Real Estate. And Taylor Hawkins, who is the drummer in the band right now as I speak, he was the touring drummer for Alanis Morissette. He is absolutely incredible drummer, just absolutely sensational. Oh, you should listen to the song called Sunday Rain, because he credits Dave Grohl for helping him to be more confident, singing and drumming. Because Dave Grohl sung wee bits in Nirvana, backing bits and stuff like that. But then, obviously, with the Foo Fighters, he's the frontman and rhythm guitarist. Aye, and Pat Smear, the guy with blonde hair, that's the oldest guy in the band. He was in the original lineup of the Foo Fighters, and then left in about 99, I think it was, or 98 maybe. And then came back into the band as a touring rhythm guitarist, and then in about 2009 I became a full-time member, and he's on the records and stuff like that. So it's brilliant, because it gives us a sound made of oomph, aye. And he's not one of the type of showmen that'll steal the limelight. He's just there because he loves music. Aye, because he's been around for donkey's years, even before the Foo Fighters. Aye, because he's the oldest guy in the band, and it's just brilliant. It's so much better him being back in the band. Aye, the 4 of them were good, but just elevates them a bit more with number 5. Aye, it's brilliant. Oh, and sometimes, most time, in the last 10 years, pianist, and sometimes plays the fiddle on some of the acoustic songs, but it just gives them a overall sound. They're not just rock and roll. I mean, they are, but and some of their softer stuff, just so that they can play it play their concerts like a roller coaster, play heavy songs to begin with, then a bit slow, then a bit fast, and then it's in between. Aye, but In Your Honor, which is a double album which I got on CD, and it came out on a Monday, and I got it on the day that it came out, and one side has got rock songs and the other side's got acoustic, and it just shows off the Foo Fighters, what they're capable of doing when they really put their mind to it. Because some bands should challenge themselves, just so that they can show off what they can do. Aye, I mean, it's good. If a band is really good at something and then they just stick to it, then that's fine, because that's what makes them tick. But sometimes it's hard to put your influences into your music, even if you start off doing like a certain genre, like when the Foo Fighters started off, they just like done a version of like what Nirvana done, like just made it really heavy, but then now you can really see all the other influences that Dave Grohl and the band have ever listened to. You can hear it, like the screaming, the softness, the guitaring. But at the end of the day, though, it's just good music that makes you feel good, happy, and it's just incredible. I could listen to anywhere in the world, and it's just amazing. And the lyrics he comes up with and stuff like that is amazing. The energy on stage just blows me away. Because they play for about, well, back in the days they played for maybe about an hour and then an hour and a half, but these days they play for like 2.5 hours to 3 hours, or sometimes Dave Grohl would even play for 5 if the people would let him. Because he just wants to make everyone happy, and he says like, as long as you're just having a good time, that's all that matters. And it's great. He's one of a kind. When they were playing in Sweden and was running about on the stage, I think he tripped over like a cable and fell and broke his leg in 2 places, well, his ankle in 2 places, and the doctor had to come up on the stage and keep his ankle in place until he finished the concert, and that just shows you how good he is. Musicians now, when they say, "Oh, I can't be bored to play, I've got a cold," like they're wusses, but Dave Grohl says it just depends how you feel in the moment, but that's just what Dave Grohl's like. He's like, well, they were on the end of the second song of the set, and he didn't want to let the fans down, so he just took a shot of some alcoholic beverage and go on with it. It just shows you, because deep down he just loves music. He doesn't care about fame and fortune. He just wants to rock his little butt cheeks off, and so he done. And then when he got that throne made for him and stuff, it was brilliant. And then people were commenting saying like, there's some musicians that have got 2 legs that aren't as good as him, and he only had 1 leg, and he had his leg in a cast and had it out straight and still rocking so hard. It's brilliant. He just never stops. That guy's brilliant. He's an inspiration. It just shows you when you didn't feel up for it, when you go on stage and you hear the roar of the crowd and the crowd singing back to you. It must be amazing. It must be absolutely incredible that you've worked so hard on a particular song and you hear about 50,000 people sing it back to you. It must be no other better feeling in the world. Well, apart from like maybe like a family member that's like a child that smiles to you, that like something like that just it's just incredible. Cheers, thanks Foo Fighters and everything you've ever done. Cheers, Dave Grohl, for rocking it out for over 20 years. Right. So in my opinion, the Foo Fighters are the greatest rock band that's ever lived, and if you like them, then you'll know how good they are. But if you haven't listened to them and you don't know if you'd like them, just listen to them and see what you think. Their music has changed so much over the years, to hard rock, to soft rock, to anthemic rock, and honestly they do some of the greatest cover songs ever, and they always do them with justice. They never you never go, oh my god, why did you do that? Like Let There Be Rock, oh my god, no one else in the world could do a better version than that. Or even what's the best one? The one that the Who done, but it wasn't the Who song. If you delve deep into the history of that song, what was it? Wait. If you look into the history of the famous song called Young Man Blues, you will find that it's, I think, either late 40s or early 50s rhythm and blues song by a black man who plays it on a piano, and the Who made it into like a rock song, an anthemic like hard rock song, and it's brilliant in a live version of that song. but the Foo Fighters, oh my god. Like, if I didn't hear the Foo Fighters one, I wouldn't have heard the Who's one and then the original one, because I just love delving deep into the history of what makes a band tick. Like, if you think, like, well, what was Dave Grohl's influences, and then listen to him, and then, like, well, what made that band tick as well, then you go, oh my god, it's amazing. Because, like, the Foo Fighters are influenced by Led Zeppelin, which I love, and then Led Zeppelin are influenced by early rhythm and blues music and black, like, soulful music and stuff like that. Like, for instance, like, you wouldn't think it, but, like, Lemmy Moorhead likes, 30s and 40s, like, black, like, like, like duet sort of music, like harmonies, aye, and stuff like that, like probably people like Aretha Franklin and stuff like that, like old timers that have got good soulful voices, aye. And you'd never think that because his like style and his lifestyle and stuff like that, but when you delve deep into it, the people on stage aren't what they are off stage. They play the music that they like to play on the stage, but then when you delve deep into it and like they relax, it's not what they're like when they're on stage. It's weird because like it's just strange. Like someone could the heaviest rock ever, and then when they relax in their spare time, like softer music. It's weird. But I just love music documentaries. It's the best thing that's ever been invented. I even like it better than Emmerdale and Coronation Street. And people who know me know how much I love Coronation Street and Emmerdale, so I could never give their two programs up. But because it's Friday the 13th today, I'm going to watch Friday the 13th Part 1. And if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. So thank you for listening, and if you like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, and if you have already subscribed, then thank you very much, and if you haven't subscribed and you're going to, then thank you very much, because I really do appreciate it. I honestly do appreciate it, because if I didn't have any single person subscribed to my channel, there'd be no point in making these videos. So I truly do appreciate it. Thank you very much, everyone. Right, pounded nuggets, see ya!